Right, welcome back to Dank Scott Traders Hub. I believe you're having a great time. Yeah, I hope my sound is clear. Sorry, I haven't figured out how to remove that background noise that is just coming from the laptop. Yeah, I hope we are still I hope very soon I will get to know the solution. If you know the solution, please let me know in the comment section and I see how to work it out. Otherwise, welcome back to Dank Scott Traders Hub. It's a Monday, it's a 25th of August, and we're here to do it. So let's pray and get started. Father, we give you praise, we love you. Thank you for today. Thank you for the beautiful morning, Lord, that you've granted unto us. As we come to this session, Lord, we know that you're the God that provides, you're the God that gives us good success, and we're saying thank you for today's profit that we are about to get started on, Lord. Thank you for last week's profits. We are grateful for it. And as we get into this last week of August, we are saying grant us that good success that we've seen you provide unto us ever since the month began, ever since the year began, Lord. So we are asking for the same even as we get into this new week and the last week of August. We give you praise, we love you. In Jesus' name we've prayed. Amen. All right, so let's look for this money. As usual, you know the drill. We start with crush 500. We start with crush 500. And by the way, on Saturday we had a session. So those who missed on Saturday, so you'll be seeing some of the analysis we did on Saturday. So crush 500. So Saturday we were looking again for the buys. Yeah, this is the move that I was looking for, but look at that. Look at what the momentum it was having up to now. It is still having the same momentum. So I haven't made any entries yet, but I may enter today possibly for this kind of a buy. Let me see if there's something I can do about this. All right, so first push this away. First push this away. Now we need this move. That is a move that we need, so we can take out this. So go back to H1. What is happening? What is happening? It's not getting momentum and it's failing to break this level right up here. So we go to M15 now. What is happening here? M15. So price came to this support. Try to go back. Failed. That was yesterday. This was yesterday right here. This was yesterday right there. So we should be looking for this very move right about there. Something to bring us all the way up there. So gave us a fake breakout, came back inside, tried to look for this one right here, switches a fair value gap on M15 right about there, and then went back into the buys, came back, tested here. So I believe we should be looking for an entry, and we'll wait for M5 to give me that entry. So come back to M15, bring this fair value gap here. It may become our support area Even now price may react back to it. All right, so I need M15 to M5 to reach all the way to oversold right here, so that I can bring in my buys to take me all the way up there. So for now I will not have any entries. I will not have any entries for now. So all I need is buys from here, and probably these buys can take me back to that resistance. So for now I'm going to leave it on M15 and be ready for the buys. All right, that's it. That's enough on crush 500. Let's now head over to boom 1000. Boom 1000. We knew the buys were continuing, of course, on Saturday. This was Saturday, this was yesterday. You can see that the buys continued. Saturday we wanted this pullback. Those who remember, on Saturday we wanted this pullback, then we can enter some buys. Yeah, the buys came through, but still we saw another pullback all the way coming back to our trend line, and then the buys again started the same day. So the buys again started the same day. So now all this is no longer necessary. I can take it out, even that, delete all that, even that right there. So now yesterday we saw that kind of a buy, and now we are seeing some sort of a pullback. So boom 1000, I haven't really entered this kind of a buy ever since we analyzed and knew that buys are going to be coming from this support trend line to take us all the way up. But I haven't entered any entry yet. Why? Because I entered some entries here and I was taken out. That was on Friday, I believe. Yeah, that was on Friday I was taken out. So ever since then I haven't entered. I haven't made any entries yet again. Why? It is having some weird momentum. It's just weird. Its movement is weird, and I don't want to get into a weird market structure like this. So for now I won't do anything. I'm not going to trade it. Right now it is oversold according to H1. I mean overbought according to H1. It is trying to go back down, so we'll go back to H4. Buys should be starting from where we are. So daily we are still looking for buys, so I'm come to M15. Yeah, so it's still selling according to M15, but it has reached that conference area, so that's why it's being held up right here. So for now, no business for it, because it's likely to break this. It's likely to do this kind of a move and then come all the way back, break it, and then come down below and then get us back into the buys. Now I'm just showing you this. This can even take the whole day depending on the momentum of this asset. So this is likely to come through because the general trend is still a buy. So coming in to look for this kind of a move would be okay on M5. So the buy is on M5. That is just a pullback buy to later bring us back into sales to break this this sort of a support level and take us all the way down below. So for now I think I will wait for probably sales, because buys are going to be short ones. It's likely to come for this conference area and then push us back into sales. That is on boom 1000. That is on boom 1000. All right, so that's it. let's now go to boom 500. Market is quite slow today, not like the normal Mondays we've been having recently. Let's see if we will be having some good trades today. Saturday on boom 500, we wanted this move. We wanted first a pullback there, of which this would have been enough that we got here, and then continue with the sells, and then the sells came through right here, but I did not enter them like that. So now I can delete everything right here. So delete all that, delete even this, and then price went again for the move that I initially wanted to reach back to that order block, and then the sell came through, you can see that, but then it was just a pullback to try and look for a liquidity on this fair value gap. You can see that right about there. Once it grabbed that liquidity, it got enough momentum to give us a breakout on that level right there, on that support trend line. So you can clearly see that trend line. So currently we have a breakout, and we already know that the buys are supposed to be coming through. Why? Because this is sort of like a rising wedge, but now that it has broken it, we may not even use it. We may not use it, or we may use it in this kind of a manner right there, like that, not like how I had it here. So I'm likely to delete that and just use this for now. And if this is the case, then we know that it will be looking for this later. It will be looking for this later, and then once it reaches back to this level, then that's when we will come in with the buys. That's when we'll come in with the buys again. So now that I know all this, come back to H4. What is down here on H4? That's another block on H4. In fact, it's sort of like a support, so it's likely to come back to that. So for now, we to focus on it. First delete everything right here. Now we are seeing H4 is oversold, overbought from that trend line there, and according to CCI it is overbought right there. You can see that, meaning sales should be starting, and I've already actually started even on H1. So can we make an entry? I doubt we can. Let's see. We've missed it. We've missed the entry. We've missed the entry. Let's wait for this H4 to close. We've missed the entry. Wow, we've missed the entry. So let's wait for this H4 to close. It's remaining with about 11 minutes, and then we can come in with our sales. So for now, I'm not going to make that entry, but if I see something like a pullback, then I may make my entry. But till then, we know that it's looking for sales, and these sales are likely to take us all the way down below. So this one right here, I'm going to have it all the way here. So these sales are likely to push us all the way down below here. This order block has not been respected. It was respected once here, but now we see a breakout, so I can delete it. It's no longer of value. Even this I can delete it now. So we need sales as we speak. We need sales, but if I happen to get such a pullback, it will do me good. It will do me good. The reason why I would wait for something like this is because if you're on H1, this is a break of structure, so price is likely to come to this level and then give me a pullback, and that's what I'm trying to anticipate, so that I can come in with my sales later when it gives me this kind of a pullback. All right, so that's it on Boom 500. Let's now head over to Volatility 25 1S. Vol 25 1S. Volatility 25 1S. Volatility 25 1S. On Volatility 25 1S on Saturday, did I make an entry? Yeah, I made an entry and I was taken out. Yesterday. Yeah, I made an entry on Saturday. I was looking for that. I failed to close when I was still in profits. Right there, it came and took me out later, so I messed up. But again, those who remember, it's the same level, because my entry was there from this OB. You can see I was looking for that sniper entry, so I entered that sniper entry, and yeah, money was on. It's only that I missed to close when I was still in profits, so it is my own mistakes that caused me this loss. Then it came all the way back to this order block, which is an H4 order block, and then again, no, actually it's a support area, and then again we started the buys, and clearly you can see it is following our analysis. I told you we have two ways we can actually anticipate the buys. I told you the first way is to get buys from this area, or buys from price first to go back there, then gives us a pullback, then we enter buys to push us there, and then we come in. So for now, this I will delete, this I will delete, and now I will remain with these two. So currently price is going to go up there to look for that, but remember, on this level we have a fair value gap that has not been mitigated according to H1. So are we going to see price first mitigate it and come down? I believe we are. According to H1 we are in an uptrend. According to H4 we are in an uptrend. According to daily time frame we are oversold. Why? Because of that support, and price is almost getting above our 10 MA, meaning it may actually go all the way back up there for the buys. So for now, remember, weekly is looking for sales, so we are likely to go all the way back here. Let me see, was that fair value gap mitigated? It was. So what is happening? So probably price will never go back up there. It may come only to this confluence area on weekly time frame. So for now I can have that there, and this could be my point right there. So let's go to daily time frame. So price is likely to first get up there, and then we get back into sales. So for now I will wait for something like that. So come to H4, I need entries for buys. How do I do that? How do I make entries for buys? Let's go to M15. So the sale is on M15, which will give me the confirmation of the buys. So I want to delete this. I want to delete everything that is no longer making sense. We already know that we have a support area here, so I'm just going to have that only. Then come to H4, in buys, I need a pullback according to M15. So okay, we'll use my fib on H1 to see where price is likely to come back to, and this would be the ideal level below 61.8, but also there's a conference area here, so I'm anticipating this kind of a pullback here, and then buys to come through right there. So for now, I don't believe this fair value gap is going to do us any good, so delete this and then have this all the way here. All right, so that's it. That's what I'm gonna be anticipating according to H1 and M15. So sales are on M15. Can I enter my sales? Yeah, if I enter now, I'm going to have to put my stop loss above there. So I'm gonna enter and put my stop loss above there, and I'm gonna see if I can have my TP right here. My TP is gonna be here, all the way here. New H4 has not yet started. It's going to start within 3 minutes. I hope I've made a good decision here. According to M15, price is not below my 10 MA, but it failed to break this structure here. It failed to break the previous higher highs there, so that's why I've decided to make my entries. I was supposed to wait for price to be below my 10 MA on M15, and I've just panicked and rushed to make that buy move. I've just panicked, but let's wait and see. If it takes me out, then I will be in that kind of a loss. All right, enough of that. Let's now go to volatility 75. Vol 75. This played games on Saturday, and I even made a loss on it. It first gave me money. I felt like it was still continuing and kept on holding. It didn't even break even, and without okay, so all right, what have I seen? This is another count. Okay, so this is what happened. The buys were here first, so I made no, these were sales. Yes, that was on Thursday, I believe. Yeah, let's go to daily. Yeah, that was on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Saturday, Friday. So yeah, these sales were on Friday. We made that money, but then on Saturday, this is Saturday, so on Saturday I made the buy entries here, and price we first went into profit, but then I failed to break even. It came and took me out right there, so I missed on that money. And this because it had hit my anticipated level, so this is the 50% of that fair value gap according to daily time frame. That's what I wanted. Thought we could get back into buys, but it was not the case. It kept on selling. Now we clearly see what it was aiming at, so we can delete that, delete that, delete that, and now we clearly see that it came for this daily OB. So if I go to H4 is still selling a lot, so H4 is still selling, but then today has started as a rejection coming in from buyers. So that was a first candle there. of H4. So come back to H1, we have sort of a double bottom in taking shape. The double bottom is taking shape on H1, same as on M15. So I will not enter this. All I need is this, and then this, and then entry. So that's something I need to see first before I can make my entry. So if this happens, then I'll be good to go, but until then I'm not going to mess up with V75. All right, jump 50, J50, J50. We wanted buys from here. Those who remember on Saturday, actually made my entries here, but I put my tight stop losses and I was taken out. I made a loss still on Saturday because it was having a low momentum. It kept playing. It played around this area, around these two trend lines for almost a whole day. Look at that. Look at that. Kept on playing in here. I made another entry here, kept on playing in there until it came and took me out just below there. And after taking me out, look what happened. After taking me out, the next candle pushed price all the way into buys. And that's where, you know, trading frustrates you and you'll be like, what am I doing? But yeah, that is the market. You need to move. You need to understand how to manage your emotions when some things like this happen. So about now, we've seen yes, of course, yesterday I saw that and I made that entry and took some small money. I left those trades running, but this time I had to put my stop loss into profit. So it made this pullback and took me out, and then continued with a sell during the night because I left these running throughout the night. So now I want to remove this. This buy is still on, but now I'm going to be looking for it from this angle, from this very level right here. So am I ready for the buy? Let's go to M15. Yeah, I believe, but I will wait for price to be above my 10 MA, or even a reversal would do me good. According to M5, we have it. So can I make that entry? First entry there. I can have that as my first entry there. Here, I've entered according to M15. This H4 has just started, so why am I even wasting time? Yeah, this H4 has just started. Alright, so yeah, those are my two entries. Now I'm going to just hold and wait for these buys to come through, because I need those buys to take me all the way up here. I'll be looking for such a move. That's what I need. That's what I need to push for. So let's wait and see what will come through. So for now, my entries have been locked in. I've made that entry according to M5, having seen how the last H4 candle has closed with some rejection, not much, but some rejection coming from buyers. So let's wait and see if we are likely to see some buys from here. Yeah, all right, so enough of that. Let's now go to volatility, jump 25. Jump 25, we made money on Saturday. Yeah, we made money on Saturday. Those who remember, I told you we wanted price to give us this kind of a pullback, then we come in with a sell. So my first entry was here, and I was taken out. The one that I had put a stop loss close, it was taken out. Then once it was taken out, I waited for it to reach all the way up there, and I made another entries right there. And I closed these yesterday when they came back to this trend line, and you can see after hitting the trend line, price went back into buys. So that's how it all came through yesterday. So now I want to delete everything right here that is no longer necessary. I've mistakenly deleted the trend line. Yeah, that's it right there. All right, so read that. Go to H4. We have that right above there. Down below we have this order block, and we wanted this sell to come through and push for this. So are we ready for it? I believe so. According to H4, we are ready for this kind of a sell, having given us that kind of a pullback. H1 is looking for sells, M15 is looking for sells, so I don't have to wait. I don't have to wait. I'm going to risk here with that kind of an entry, and all I need is price to break out, because since it has come here like that, oh, there's a break of structure. Okay, let's wait and see if it's coming on like this. So that's it. That's what I'm going to be looking for. I need this to bring me here down below, so I'm going to be anticipating this kind of an entry. I'm gonna be anticipating this kind of an entry. All right, that's it. That's it on jump 25. I'm looking for sales. Why? Price has returned to that conference area. I doubt it is going to go all the way back there. This is currently happening as a flag, meaning we are continuing with this kind of a sell. And since we had on that previous H4, we had that kind of a rejection, I'm anticipating this current H4 to push for sales and bring us all the way back down into sales below. So that's why I'm looking for sales. That's why I'm looking for sales right here. All right, so enough of that. Now let's go to jump 10. J10. So J10, it actually happened like I had anticipated. Those who remember Saturday, I told you I cannot enter, I cannot do anything whether sells or buys, and but we all knew that. I told you that we will see price reach that order block on according to daily time frame. and clearly it reached it. But I also told you it's likely to come, it's likely to continue to look for this trend line, which is a resistance trend line above there. So, and apparently we are still in buys, as you clearly see. So something like this I don't trade. I can't trade it. I have to keep holding my, I have to keep patient. I have to be waiting for the clear structure until probably it reaches this, till probably it reaches that trend line. Then I can come in with this kind of a sell. So for now, no business with J10, no business with J10. Clearly today you can see it has reached that retracement level on CCI, so we have to know that anytime from now, probably tomorrow, sales will be coming through. Sales will be coming through. All right, that's it for today on J10. Let's now go to gold and look at what is happening in the world of gold. In the world of gold. All right, so gold, this we saw on Friday. Those who missed Friday, those who missed on Saturday, I told you the reason I had what we were looking for on Friday, and this was our profits right there when the news came through. Yeah, we made that money, and my entry was just here on this second candle. Now before this right was right here, and what I was looking at was the breakout. After the breakout, that's when I made that kind of an entry. Yeah, you can see after this breakout I made the entry just there on that second candle, I mean on this very first candle. So that is it. But then on Saturday I had to shift my trend line and put it right there, and that's how I left it. So that's where I left it, and clearly it showed us that there was a breakout there. So it's going to be looking for sort of a pullback. Going to probably look for our pullback. Let's go to H1. First remove history. Yeah, sales are on. Come to M15. Yeah, sales are on, but with very little momentum. With very little momentum. With very little momentum. So this is happening. So we know that this will later come through. Something like that will later come through, and probably we will see looking for this fair value gap according to M15. So probably this could be our target level right here. So probably this could be our target level today for the sell, and then we can get in with the buys again. So for now, no business. I cannot enter here, and I have to just keep waiting. So can I enter now? Go to M15. Not really. M5, not really. So it's gonna get us back into buys, just to push us again up there. Then probably from there we may be able to see this very move that we want, the sell. So for now, no business with with gold. Remember, this is gold. I forgot to write it. This is gold. So what are we going to see? A pullback back to that trend line, a resistance trend line, and then probably we get into sales. But if it happens to get a weird momentum to break out here, then don't hesitate to make your sell entries, because we will get in sales to push all the way down below. All right, that's it for today. Let's do a recap and we call it a day. we started with crash 500. We started with crash 500, and I told you we need buys, but only if price gives us an entry. Probably if it does something like that again. I don't know if it will do it, because according to M5 it should be doing it, so that's why I'm patient for the buy entries. Boom 1000, we need this. I'm waiting for the sales. I will enter sales. Boom 500, I'm waiting for that kind of a pullback, then I enter sales. Then I enter sales. So for now, no business. V25S, I've already entered sales, and we are in some floating losses. Just a minute. Apologies on that. So V25S, I entered sales. Somehow we are in some floating loss, waiting. Should I put my stop loss above here? Let me see. There's a fair value gap there. It may look from that fair value gap, it may take me out, so let me hold my stop losses right here. I don't want to make them a lot, so anyways, I will leave it there. All I need is sales to come through, and we come for that liquidity here. So that is it on V25S. We're already in sales but in floating losses. This one here, I will not enter until I see something like that, a structure like that. Jump 50, I have entered buys already, so we need buys to push for that now that it has come back to test that area and the new H4 has started. So let's wait and see what will come through. J25, I've entered sales having seen the previous H4 how it closed with that kind of rejection, so that's the reason why I've entered sales, looking for sales to come and break this trend line and give me some money on this level right there. J10 is still a no-go for us. We cannot enter buys or sells until it's probably reacts to that to that resistance trend line all the way up there. So that's why we are still holding on. Now gold, I will make my entries right there. Yeah, I will make my entries right here since it has broken that that level. I will make my entries right there, and my TP will be, that will be my first TP. Why there? Because of this move right there, that kind of a move right there. That is why I would take my first TP there. I was supposed to wait for this M15 candle to close. I've rushed, I've just remembered, I've rushed to make that move. I was supposed to wait for that M15 candle to close. If it fails to close outside, then I will be in some big floating loss. That is one thing that I've missed, to wait for this M15 candle to close. So if you haven't entered on gold, please wait for the M15 to close. If it closes outside this trend line, then you enter. If it fails to close outside this trend line, then you wait for the pullback, because it may first give us a pullback within this rising wedge. But till then, I'm already in floating losses, but I will hold on and see if this M15 closes out. If it closes out, then I will not take losses here. But if it closes back inside that rising wedge, then I will take my losses. I will manually close my losses and wait for another clean entry. All right, so enough of that. That's what is on today. I hope you guys have picked one or two things that you can work with today. What I'm worried about is this V25 that is having us in some floating losses right there. It is likely to be looking for this liquidity on fair value gap, on this fair value gap right there. So if it is looking for that, then it's gonna take me out there. That's why I'm not going to add in any positions yet until I see what it will do here. So for now, yeah, that is what is happening. That is what is happening. But remember, we are looking for sales here. We will have to see this pullback and then we get back into buys later. I think that's it. Hope you guys had a great time. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, and if it is your first time here on this very channel, we are always here Monday to Friday for the synthetic index analysis, but also on Tuesdays and Fridays at 10 minutes past 1 every Tuesday and Friday. We always have a BTC analysis right here on this very channel. So of course, those who attended the BTC analysis on Friday, we knew this, and of course that was the move there. And yeah, I hope you guys grabbed that market move on Friday for that profit. But we already analyzed that on Friday. I hope you guys had a great time. So that's what we do for on Friday and Tuesday at 10 minutes past 1 p.m. we analyze BTC. All right, so that's it. Let's now this has just moved me out before even reaching it has taken me out before even reaching my stop loss. That is very weird, the way it has closed me out. It's Very weird. So let's wait for these other ones to move and see if we will make some money. I need this M15 to close out and I will be safe there, but if it doesn't close me out of this falling wedge on gold, I will not be safe at all. But I've entered my sales already. I was a bit I did it in a hurry since I saw that breakout, but I was supposed to wait for that candle to close outside. So that is something you can learn from my mistake, and make sure you always understand that. Anyways, see you guys tomorrow, same time, 10:30 to 11:30. Bye bye.